the preview ahead of our clash with Southampton at St Mary's on Sunday in the 2 o'clock kickoff. Last time we went there, we won by 3-2. Cavani coming off the bench at half time to win us the game. Before I go balls deep into the preview, first off, I'm going to put a new segment in called Did You Know? Did you know that in Romania it's bad luck to go back inside your house if you've forgotten something? I bet you didn't know that. Also, I'm going to look back at some of the things I somewhat missed at the weekend. We beat Leeds United, those from Yorkshire, across the Pennines. We all hate Leeds scum, by 5-1 at Old Trafford in front of a capacity crowd. It's odd, isn't it, how once crowds are back in, which he did say was going to happen, that the Glazers out movement would civil out. And that's duly what has happened. The clue is in the hashtag, Glazers out. Not for the Glazers to stay at the club, taking more money out, as last month they took 8 million of dividends out of the club. Odd that, isn't it? I've done my bit to not fund the Glazers, but top Reds back into Old Trafford and you're funding the Glazers. I don't care what they say, you are. Because you're paying their wages and you're paying the players' wages as well. So you scored an ultimate own goal there. I did say it was a publicity stunt and I was right again. I didn't know McTominay won the ball back for our first goal when he broke up play. Not many people analysed how great McTominay was, so we all know that. Why don't we? I thought McTominay was exceptional. He gets better and better and better as every season goes by. He's proved lots of people wrong, and those people who hate him need to swallow their pride and admit that McTominay is a key ingredient. He is a key factor in what we're doing. But there's so many footballing snobs in our fan base, and it comes from these fan cameras. And I think they're the problem in this fan base. And I'll call them top Reds, but I'm going to change the direction to fan cameras. I think that's more appropriate, really. You know, I think they're toxic, they're troublemakers. They hate it that McTominay's going to start every single game. You ask Ole Gunnar Knobhead who's the first name on your team sheet, without a moment's hesitation, it will be Scott McTominay. McTominay was, picked on from pillar to post, at least he didn't do what Greenwood did and go to Iceland and spread COVID around, breaking COVID protocols, and he deserves to get criticism. But top Reds will never criticise their favourites. If McTominay did that, we all know what their reaction would be. But McTominay's here to stay, deal with it. He's a better player than Van der Beek, and he's showing that. If it wasn't for him and Fred, we wouldn't have got second last season. So McTominay's getting better, he's proven the doubters wrong, so you're going to be seeing a lot of him in that midfield. I'm so happy for him. I could burst out with pride with being the only one who defended him. Everybody else is jumping on the bandwagon as they do. I lead, then others follow. But I do think the toxicity is from these fan cameras. Not the Glazers, not Ed Woodward, them lot. They're the problem. And also top Reds in Manchester as well, and trying to give it to us all the outers. The toxic ones are the all the inners, not the all the outers. But McTominay's doing well. I'm so pleased for him, proud of his punch. And just keep doing what you're doing because you're proving a lot wrong. You're exceeding very well. Keep it up. Now, Pogba got 4 assists, and Graham Souness was once again in the headlines. Let me just remind you, if you have not watched it, that Micah Richards was the one who mentioned Paul Pogba. Graham Souness didn't even mention him. He mentioned how Greenwood was, how he played against Leeds. Right? And Graham Souness maybe would have gone on to praise Paul Pogba, but then Micah Richards raised it, so he thought, I'm not going to praise Pogba. I'm just going to, give it a smart Alec reply. He got it wrong that he's a £100 million player. He's a £90 million player. So your figures are not that apparent, are they? Far be it for me to defend Graham Souness, but I'm defending his right to have an opinion. He's getting paid by Sky and when he was on ITV during the summer months to voice his opinions. No player is immune from criticism, and that goes for your fanboy savers Pogba. I know that top Reds watch these videos. I know fan cameras watch these videos. And if you expect me to defend Paul Pogba, you've got nothing coming. And I agree with Graham Souness. He should be getting 4 assists every single week. Because he's paid the big money to make the differences in the matches that matter. You know? And Pogba is, you know, he divides opinion. He's Mr. Inconsistent. I think the likes of Ian Wright have the cheek and the audacity to have a go at people criticising Pogba. I think, didn't Ian Wright criticise AFTV when they interviewed fans around the world, and Ian Wright said something they should focus on local fans, and didn't Ian Wright then apologise for saying that? So pot kettle, I think, I like Ian Wright, but that's a little bit hypocritical, Ian, from you, isn't it? Let's be honest. But Graham Souness, you know, he can defend himself. You know, and Mick Richards plays the class clown, the court gesture. He never criticised Jack Grealish because he used to play with him at Villa, not in that way. And also is his Bezzy mate. So for me, Mick Richards, you should not be on Sky when Man City are playing, because you can't put your love and affection, your bias towards Jack Grealish. And let's not forget as well, Paul Pogba, have you forgotten, he has been here, back here, since 2016. That's 5 years. This is his 5th season now on that. That's Grealish's first game in the Premier League for Man City. They've got Norwich, you do know that, don't you? This coming Saturday. They'll knock 4-5 past Norwich, and those doom-mongers who are laughing at City, I don't know how top Reds can laugh at City, by the way. Odd that. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And Man City will be thereabouts. We are not winning any title under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's more chance of the Duke of Edinburgh coming back from the dead than us winning the Premier League under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's how unlikely it is. But Graham Souness, I hope he does condemn Paul Pogba, because no player's immune for criticism. You know. And Harry Kane wants to leave Spurs to win trophies. Pogba's already won trophies at Man United Football Club. So, you know, and Pogba apparently wants a pay rise. 400k a week. There's doctors and nurses who are only going to get 3% pay rise. They've done more in the last 18 months than Paul Pogba's done on the pitch. So ship up or get out. And Pogba should not be at this club. He should rot in the reserves. He's not signing the contract. He's refusing. Point blank. So get rid of him. Cut our losses. And to those people say, oh, you can't have a go at Paul Pogba. PSG fans had a go at Paul Pogba. They protested because they didn't want him. Funny how you don't mention that, Top Reds, eh? Odd that. Yeah. If Pogba, you know, strangled their grandma or mother or father, they'll fucking go, oh, thank you for that. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. You know, I'll criticise Pogba as I see fit. I don't care if he got 4 assists. And also Graham Souness. So I'm making that clear to you. Unbelievable. So I'm going to pick the same team. I don't think you can dismantle a winning team, so I expect the same team. I thought Dan James was exceptional as well, by the way, which is good for me. So they've been proved right, especially against these top Reds and fan comments alike. So yeah, same team for me. Now Southampton under Hassan Huddle, which stands for Rabbit Hutch. I bet you didn't know that. And the science Armstrong, who I think is a terrific player, his goal for me was one of the best goals I've ever seen. I thought it was covered in quality, right in the top corner, unstoppable. You know, so he's got goal scoring pedigree, so he'll be a danger. Southampton fans will have their fans will be there cheering their players on. So it's very difficult. It's not going to be the same, you know, we're going to come a cropper away this season. You know, fans are back, and I said Ollie will get sacked once fans are back in full capacity, and I still believe that will happen. A win against Leeds United doesn't, you know, change that narrative. And it's all this now, people go, oh, Old Trafford's missed a crowd. But we beat Leeds 6-2 without a crowd in an 8-goal thriller. And then we've beaten them with a crowd 5-1 in a 6-goal thriller. So we scored more goals, as it materialised, than when fans were in the stadium. So that tells you a lot. Burnley lost at the weekend, you know, and they also lost when they had fans back. They faced Liverpool. I think they got demolished 3-0 by the Dirty Scousers across the pond, and lost against Brighton. I think it took Burnley 5 games to register their first win against Crystal Palace. I remember. I think Nick Pope made a double save. in that game and watching it live. You know, so it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But Southampton have lost a lot of players. Vestergaard's gone to Leicester City. Ironically, it's the same Vestergaard, didn't he concede 9 goals against Leicester? He played in that, didn't he? Play in the game where we beat them 9-0 at Old Trafford. Yeah, strange, isn't it? So I don't know what Leicester are doing there. Ward-Prowse is still there, he'll be a danger. But we've got our tools at disposal to go there and fight them. I know there's loads of people out there going, oh, we might win the first 3. Yeah, just to remind you, in the Portuguese Pulis' first season before the international break, we won 3 out of 3 against Hull City. Wayne Rooney scored the winner. And then afterwards, we lost against Man City after the 2-week break, and then we drew with Burnley and lost 4-0 against Chelsea. So for me, you don't look at the league table, as they say, whoever they are, for the first 10 games. You know? And that's when you judge it, after the international break as well. So I'm not going to get carried away. Those people go, oh, we're going to win the league, we're going to win this. No, we haven't got the right manager. If we had a Conte, I would be very confident we'd win the trophy. But under this fraud of a manager, this charlatan, you know, most German comes out of his mouth like a journalist, a busted flush, like a spare part at a wedding. That's what all he is, you know. So that holds us back and makes me believe that we're not going to win the league. I did say we wouldn't win the league last season as well, by the way. And I'm saying this now, we're not going to win the league this season either. So Southampton are going to be a tough nut to crack. Hopefully we'll get the points done there. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Man United victory. Hopefully it's 6 points out of a possible 6 points out of a possible 6.